Okay, so welcome to December Wellness Festival, brought to you by Alba Wellness Valley and World Wellness Weekend. So I'd like to introduce our first presenter, we just call Al.
Al, yes.
Okay, Mr. Al, who is here under my name as Hilton Lipkin. Some technical issues, I have no idea why. But thank you very much, coming live from Taiwan. Welcome, and please, the stage is yours, and we will enjoy your session. Any problems or anything, I will be monitoring, so I can switch on, switch off, and okay, so thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, so there will be three parts. There will be the first part, an introduction to my work, and the second part is a meditation, and the third part will be answering questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
So, okay, so we get.
So I will stop my mic and camera, and the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you. So welcome everyone, and thank you for joining this meeting. And I will ask you a question to start. I will ask you if you can rate your self-love between 0 and 10. Just think about how much you love yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. And remember that number that you give. And I'll tell you why, because self-love is very important for your emotional health, but also for your physical health. Self-love, the higher your emotional health and the higher your physical health. So when we are aware of our self-love, we can do something to make it go better or higher. And it's very important to keep a healthy life. Now, the first thing I like to explain to you about the breath is how it influences our health. When you breathe, you are creating nourishment for all your body. And the nourishment, people always think of food, but you can go without food for many, many weeks. Some people can go even for months. You can go without water for many days. But without oxygen, without breathing, most people will die within 5 minutes. So the oxygen is really that's the most important part of your nourishment. And when you understand how crucial it is to good health, then you will cherish your breath. Breath is actually a real amazing gift. The other thing about the breath is that you can control your breath. And it's the only part of your body that you can let go from the parasympathetic system to the sympathetic system. So you cannot control your heart. You can't say to your heart, stop beating or beat faster, but you can do that with your breath. And when you do this with your breath, you are actually influencing your internal organs. You are influencing your thoughts, and you're influencing your blood pressure. So your breath can actually change everything in your metabolism and also in your emotions. And emotions are such a big part of breath. When you have a strong emotion, such as fear, anger, depression, whatever is happening to you, this emotion is going to create a change in your breath, especially fear and anger. What happens is that your breath is going to become shallow. You will not breathe deeply because you won't feel relaxed. Your muscles are tensed around your chest. And then when your breath is shallow, your oxygen level is down for your body. So some of your cells are not going to be nourished properly. And this lack of oxygen can create a very, very important chain reaction in your health. So first, your breath is shallow. And the first part of your body that's going to be affected by this lack of oxygen is your endocrine system. So your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your thyroid, your thymus gland, and so on. And when your endocrine system is affected, the production of hormones is also affected. So it creates a chain reaction and is going to affect your physical health as well. So it's very short-lived, like, somebody makes you upset, you're a little angry for 2 minutes, but it goes away. But some people live in anger day and night. They have so much anger towards somebody or a situation, but the anger is consistently present. Or the same thing with fear. Some people live in such a fear that they are always afraid to get hurt, or afraid to be judged, or afraid to be unloved. And this fear is creating a tension and a disruption in their breathing all the time, whether they are asleep or awake. And this disruption over a long period of time is creating such a disturbance in their metabolism that they get sick. And it's why I've been able to understand some major disease like cancer and to reprogram the cause of the disease. To me, I don't see cancer as a problem, like a disease itself. I see it as a symptom of a problem. So I'm trying to find the cause. Usually the cause is always found in emotions. And the emotions can be something that happened a very, very long time ago, like a trauma from being abused or losing both parents at the same time, whatever happened to the person ever since they are born. All these traumas will add up, and eventually people will get their body damaged by keeping this anger, this sadness, this fear inside their body. So it's so important to go back to the original cause of the disturbance. And many people suffer from backache, from headaches, from this physical pain that are very consistent. They go for a massage, doesn't work, but it will save like maybe 3 hours without pain. But the real cause is actually emotion. And to give you a simple example, once there was a friend who said he really needed a massage because he had such a backache. I said, when did your backache start? He said, 3 weeks ago. I said, well, any changes in your life 3 weeks ago? He said, yes, I got a new job. I said, do you like your new job? He said, actually, it's a pain in the neck. I said, here's the cause of your problem. And it's not a little massage that's going to fix it. You really need to pause and either change your job or change your attitude towards your job. So many people suffer from heart problems, emotions, or even digestion problems, because when you digest, you need to have your body very relaxed, very, very comfortable. And if you have any anger or any fear in your body, your digestion is going to be affected. And it has been known for centuries by the Chinese medicine that our organs are holding emotions. People who have a lot of fear will have damaged livers. So the liver is where your fear will be stored. And the more you store fear in your liver, the more your liver will get damaged. Sorry, anger. Anger is for the liver and fear is for the kidneys. So the anger is related to the liver and the fear is related to the kidneys. And people will get damaged kidneys because they have lots of fear. They will get damaged liver because they have lots of anger. And some people will get damaged heart because they have lots of sadness or a lot of soreness because of being abandoned, being unloved. So the heart is also an organ that will suffer tremendously from emotion. And when somebody is nice to you, you don't feel it in your head, you usually feel it in your chest. Somebody is mean to you, you feel it in your chest, you feel like something is pressuring your chest or your stomach, and you can't function properly. That our emotions are so important for our health, and that our breath is so important to restore is a part that I really want to stress today, because breath consciousness can really bring you a beautiful health and also a peace in your heart and a peace in your harmony, so that you can live your life consciously breathing. Most of the time we don't live with our life, our breath synchronized, but when you do something and you synchronize the breath, it's very exhale, you're actually letting go of some energy. And when you inhale, you take the energy. And it's why you see tennis players making a sound when they hit the ball, because they always want to excel when they hit the ball, because it's when you have the most power. The excel is a very powerful moment. And the same thing in Qigong. Anything we do in Qigong, whether it's moving our eyes a certain ways, we always inhale and exhale when we do the movement. And when this is breath consciousness, and the more you are conscious of your breath, the more you become aware that you're in control of your health. You're in control of something essential to your health. I mean, it's easy to control what you eat in a way. You know, okay, I choose to eat this, but not that. But what about your breath? Do I choose to breathe consciously when I just go for a walk, when I read a book? Awareness of the breath is going to bring you, I think, a lot of health that you thought was very hardly accessible before. And there is a special meditation that I give to all my patients for breathing, and it helps them keep a very, very strong link to their own health, and it helps them recover. I had some people who were dying in hospital with stage 4 cancer, and we did one reprogramming session, and I told them to do the breath meditation that I send them right away so that they will keep healthy and recover fast. And within a few days, these people were leaving the hospital with no signs of cancer, and doctors were totally baffled what's happening. You know, the cancer is disappearing so fast and everything that. It's just because we found the cause of the cancer. We reprogrammed the cause. And once you reprogram the cause, it's like you turn back a switch on. Once you turn the switch back on, everything goes back to normal. And to understand that the cause is always the part to go to, because if you don't treat the cause, you're only treating the symptom. And it's why I personally think that the traditional Western medicine can be dangerous. You know, my wife was actually killed by the treatment of the cancer. She had cancer, so the surgeon said, just cut it off and disappear. So it just did cut it off, and then it came back somewhere else. So they cut it off again. And then it appeared again into liver. And then they said, we can't cut that off because you'll die. So we do chemotherapy. It didn't work. And they say, well, do some radiation. It didn't work. And then they say, well, sorry, you're dying. And they couldn't do anything. But after that, after all butchering a body, you know, and damaging a body, they realized that they couldn't do anything because they only tried to treat the symptom. And I've actually found the cause of the cancer after she died. And there was 2 traumas that happened in the childhood that caused the cancer. So that's why I've been helping a lot of people recovering from chronic disease, chronic pain, and even cancer. But it's not me doing the healing. Working with the patient, finding what's the cause. And once the patient finds the cause, then I just show them how to reprogram the cause. And then the pain or the disease disappear. So it's not very complicated. It's very simple. And I compare it to a funny story that I often tell my students is imagine you have some water coming from your ceiling because the roof is damaged. So there's water on your floor, and somebody say, well, just put a bucket. See, there's no more water. It catches all the water. Your floor is dry. Say, but after a while, the bucket is full. You have to put another bucket. And say, well, it's still dry floor, but the problem is not fixed. You have to fix the roof. The roof is getting worse and worse. No, it's not going to fix the leak by putting a bucket on the floor. And it's so much what we see happening with the Western medicine. They keep fixing the symptoms, but it's not fixing the problem. They just cover the symptoms. Now you got a stomachache, you have a pill for stomachache. You have a headache, you have a pill for stomachache. But what's the cause of the stomachache? What's the cause of headache? You know, if somebody has stomachache and they eat like two or 3 times a day at McDonald's, this is the cause of their stomachache. It's not the pill that's going to fix the stomachache. No, you have to change what you do. You have to understand that it's not a little pill or a little medicine that's going to fix the problem. But people are so used to believe that. They have been made to believe that a little pill is going to fix their problem, their headache, their stomachache, their soreness or their backache, you know. But it's not true. You have to really understand the cause and then go back to the cause. So the more people understand that, I think the more healthy they get. And it's very important because if you are in charge of your own health, then you don't have to rely on someone else to heal you. So it's so important to have a high self-love, inner peace, and breathing consciously, whatever you do. Even when you talk to somebody, if you take time to breathe between your words, and you listen to them and you breathe deeply, you actually understand better because your mind will get, your head will get more oxygen when you breathe more consciously, more deeply. And then if you have more oxygen in your brain, it will function better. So you'll be more aware of what's going on and the conversation will be richer. So I often do like breathing meditation when I walk, because walking is very good for your health, but then you can make it even better with the breath consciousness. So I will walk maybe one step and do one breath inhale. So each step is one inhale, and each step after is an exhale. And you do maybe 6, whatever is comfortable to you, depending on how hard to walk it, if it's uphill or not uphill. But then you do very deep breathing with your nose, and then step out. And this will make your walk much more enjoyable. And I was reading recently that there is a tribe that was actually using this method, and it's like an ancestry tradition to always do this kind of breathing, because they have to do very long walks to get some wood or go hunting. And they use this method to actually get more energy, because they know that if you do breathe like this, you will get so much energy for your muscles because they will be fed with the oxygen, which is the main food. Sometimes people think like more food is the better. No, more oxygen is better. And when you realize how important each cell has a need for oxygen, every cell in our body, we have 37 trillion cells in our body, more or less. Some people have a little more, some people a little less. And every cell needs oxygen. If you don't have cells with oxygen, the cells dies. So it's so crucial to have this oxygen in our body. So now is a time maybe I will share this meditation with you. And you are welcome to record it. I think there's a recording that's available from Zoom. And I suggest you do it especially in the morning or in the evening before you go to sleep. So I call it a conscious breathing meditation with gratitude. And the gratitude is gratitude for the universe to give us this beautiful oxygen. And I know it helps a lot of people that have been my patients, and they still do it every day, even they've been here a long time ago. So I will share this meditation with you now. So you can close your eyes. And now imagine there's a beautiful light all around your head. A beautiful white light shining all around your head. And when you breathe in, this light is coming into your nostrils, and you feel the light going into your head. So this light is now inside your head. You feel the light inside your brain, your teeth, your tongue, your ears, your cheeks. So your head is glowing, almost like a light bulb glowing. And the more you breathe in, the more you feel this light inside you. Now you breathe in more and you feel the light going down to your neck, into your throat. And as you breathe in, you feel the light going into your shoulders, into your arms, down into your hands and your fingertips. And the more you breathe, the more you feel this light is getting intense inside you. Now you feel the light going into your chest. And when the light goes into your chest, your whole rib cage is starting to be glowing. Your heart is glowing, your lungs are glowing, your vertebrae are glowing. And then you take a moment to realize what's happening with each breath. Every time you breathe in, you feel this beautiful light getting inside you. The light is the energy, the chi, the prana, which is given to you by the oxygen. There are millions and millions of molecules of oxygen entering your body every time you breathe. And they are being carried away by millions and millions of red blood cells. And these red blood cells are carrying your blood and this oxygen into mouths of little vessels that are inside your body to nourish every cell. Every time the cell receives the oxygen, it's being nourished, it's being cleaned, and it's being healed. If a cell needs healing, you send oxygen to it. Oxygen is the source of healing for every cell. When you breathe consciously and you see what's happening, you imagine all these red blood cells that are so small and each carrying some oxygen to the 37 trillion cells in your body. And this is repeated with every breath. Then it feels like it's almost a miracle happening every time you breathe. We take our breath for granted, but every breath is a miracle. And every breath we should be grateful for. So when you breathe in, I invite you to be conscious and grateful for the universe to give you this beautiful oxygen, this beautiful energy. And it's a proof that the universe loves you. The universe loves you and gives you the breath, the energy of life, the pure prana. So whether you call it God or the universe, it's the same thing. There is a gift with every breath, the gift of life. The first thing you did when you were born was to breathe in. The last thing you will do when you die is to breathe out. Every breath in between is a beautiful gift from the universe, or God, whatever you like. Personally, I have a feeling that there is God in everything. Everything that is God, whether it's a light, a stone, a person, a cell, a molecule of oxygen, it's everywhere. There is actually a very good definition of God, which is done by Pascal, the French philosopher. God is a sphere in which the center is everywhere and the circumference nowhere. So keep breathing, and now that you feel the breath in your chest, the beautiful light in your chest, feel the light going into your belly. So your liver is being full of light. Your liver is being healed by this light, this oxygen. Feel the light going into your stomach, into your intestine, into your kidneys, into your pancreas, into your bladder, into your sexual organs. Everywhere the light is going to heal you because you are breathing consciously with gratitude. Keep breathing this beautiful light into your hips, into your thighs. Feel the glow of the light. Feel the power, the warmth of it. Now you feel the light going down into your knees and into your legs and into your feet. So your whole body is now glowing with beautiful light from head to toes. From the tip of your toes to your fingertips, you are glowing with energy, with light. You are glowing because you absorb the oxygen consciously into your body. If there is a part of your body that's painful or that has a sickness or disease, try to bring the light just into this part. Concentrate it as a very intense ball of light. Almost like if you are changing the light bulb and put a stronger light bulb somewhere. so that this part of your body gets all the oxygen, all the healing it can get. And if you consciously do that, you can actually heal yourself. But it's also good to find what is the cause of your pain, the cause of your disease or your illness, so we can reprogram it. Now, take some deep breath, slowly, consciously, with gratitude. Each breath is a gift that you receive consciously with gratitude. There's a limited number of breaths between your birth and your death. And every breath you take now is one closer to your death. Every breath. So every breath should be grateful for. To be alive, to be kept alive by this gift of the universe. And the more conscious you are about it, the more grateful you are, the better your life will be. Take a few more breaths. Really feel the glow of the light. Feel the warmth inside your body. Feel the changes. You can open your eyes again. And I will go back to the first question I asked you when we started. I say, what is your self-love between 0 and 10? And ask yourself this question again and give yourself a number and see if this number has changed. See if it has increased because you just did something for yourself, which is very healing and also very relaxing. Conscious breathing is a practice that you can do even when you're in the bus or when you are driving. I used to dislike driving a lot. I used to be very tired if I drive for an hour, and I really didn't enjoy driving. And then one day I was driving on the highway and I was looking at the kilometer sign, like 1, 1.1, 1.2, so on. And I thought, I wonder how long I can breathe in and out with 1 kilometer. And I was going 120 kilometers an hour. So I realized that I could do one full breath in 1 kilometer. So I thought, oh, if I do 100 kilometers an hour, that's 60 breaths. And I thought, oh, 60 breaths, and I will go 120 kilometers. So I started to do that. So I breathe in for 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and I exhale for 15 seconds. And it was magic because I was so relaxed. I actually drove 8 hours. I was on the highway for 8 hours and it didn't bother me. Another time I was driving from Spain to France, and I went from Portugal to France, and I went through all of Spain into France for like 12 hours, and I could feel very relaxed, very well without being tired. I just stopped a couple of times on my way, but it was very relaxing. Whereas before I could not do it for 1 hour because I was not conscious of my breath. I was just complaining about driving. So it changed my attitude and it changed my mood and it changed my physical ability to drive for a long time. So I was very happy to discover that for myself, and I suggested it to other people, and they really enjoy it too now. So sometimes we can make little changes in our life that makes things more enjoyable. So if people have any questions now, we can invite people to ask questions.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, firstly, thank you very much. I think your parallel of explaining the fact that we breathe when we start life and we breathe out when we finish life, and then what you just explained to us about driving really makes a lot of sense. If I had to say to you, I was in a very quick, stressful situation. Something happens, we all know these things happen, and we get thrown off course. We become, how would you recommend, because what you're telling us about the breathing is over a certain amount of time. So what would you recommend if I suddenly found myself in a very stressful situation and I just want to switch off, I want to calm down, I want to come back to being like you're projecting right now.
Yes,
what would you recommend to everybody?
Okay, so if you're in a stressful situation, if it's a situation where you're not driving, of course, I would suggest to close your eyes and take a really deep breath and feel a light coming inside you. So a very deep breath through your nose, like close your eyes and really take a deep breath through your nose. And like, for example, some people will make you very angry to a point, maybe you want to punch them, okay? So if you close your eyes first, you don't see that person. And if you take a deep breath inside, you'll have a better way to react to the situation. Because what happens when we're in a stressful situation is our reaction, and we are often in a state of fight or flight. So we either want to fight it, like we get angry and we want to really fight, or we just go away and disappear. So either way, it's not a good solution to either fight or flight. So in between, I think, is to be conscious that, okay, something stressful is coming my way, and we can take a deep breath and then feel the light, feel the energy coming in, and then relax, and then you can assess the situation and react to it. It's almost like when you're in front of a big wave. I love swimming in big waves, like the bigger the better. And then I'm in really big waves. People are surfing there, but I go swimming there. But if you see the wave as an enemy, it's going to smash you. If you see the wave as a friend, you can go through the wave and it's going to be gentle with you. But you have to understand that it's your reaction to the wave that's going to make the difference. If you react to the wave and if you want to get against the wave, you are going to get smacked by the wave farther from you. But if you understand the wave and you go inside the wave and with the wave, then you have no pain, no danger. So the situation we get stress from is kind of a wave coming at us. So if you sit and you want to fight it, you're going to get hurt. But I think it's better to do like the Aikido reaction, where if somebody pushes you, you pull. If somebody pulls you, you push. So you go with the movement. You don't try and conflict it.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, just one more. I don't want to take up too much time because maybe there's some other questions.
No, go ahead.
Breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes people take deep breaths, short breaths out, short breaths in, deep breaths out. Sometimes people breathe through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, breathe in through the mouth, breathe out through the nose. What are your recommendations?
Okay, so it's always best to breathe through the nose because it does something to the molecules of oxygen when they go through the nose. It accelerates the flow of oxygen into better for breathing through the nose. Now, if you run out of breath, then you might have to open your mouth because you don't get enough oxygen for your nose. Like if you have been running for like 2 miles and you're gasping for breath, or if you have been swimming underwater. I love swimming at the bottom of the pool myself. When I get out, I gasp for help because I really want to get lots of oxygen quickly. But generally, whether you are walking or in everyday life, it's always best to sleep even with breath through the nose. People who snore, they have their mouth open. And then snoring is actually a symptom that your sleep pattern is disrupted by the breath. So people who sleep well, they always sleep with their mouth closed through the nose. You can't have a good sleep sleeping through your mouth. It will be disturbing to your health in the long term to sleep with your mouth open. Also, it makes your mouth dry, which is not too good. So sleeping with your nose, breathing through your nose when you sleep is the best. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I have a question. Ellie, can I have a question with you?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. If some people actually very difficult to visualizing something because you mentioned You mentioned we have to visualizing something, right?
We have to.
And then if some people it's difficult to visualizing, like the air, the oxygen is go through the certain part of our body, and how, I mean, the light you mentioned.
Oh, okay. So people have some trouble visualizing sometimes. Okay.
That's right.
Yes. So maybe what they can do is actually touch the part of their body which is being affected. Like, for example, when you breathe in the light in your head, they can touch the head, you know, and feel there is a sensation, and then touch the throat, and then touch the shoulders, no, and then so on. So by touching, maybe they can get conscious of which part of the oxygen, which part of their body gets the oxygen right away. Like a hands-on approach.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, because some people are quite difficult to visualizing something.
Yes, and if there is one part of your body, let's say somebody has a sore shoulder, they can put their hand on their shoulder and really feel where the pain is, and then breathe in consciously to send the oxygen there, because this is the part they are touching. So they are more aware of the part they are touching.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Thanks for your tips. Really appreciate into that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have a question, please.
Yes.
So you mentioned earlier one of the root problems is your job, and you can either change the job or change your attitude toward the job. So I want to ask, how can we change our attitude toward our job?
Okay, so if you go to your work and you think, oh, it's going to be a pain in the neck again, I have to deal with my crazy boss, you know. It's how you approach your job, you know. So if it's going to be something that you really dislike, your body is going to shut down, basically. You know, you don't feel comfortable with your job. So you have to try and make your job more comfortable. So sometimes people don't like their job because it's not comfortable physically. Like the chair is not comfortable. The setup is not comfortable. So if you can make physical changes, sometimes it will help. But sometimes it's the attitude too. Some people, you know, they always complain about their boss, about their coworkers and that. But if you say, okay, from now on, I choose to accept all the negative energy around me, but I refuse to get affected by it. So you just ignore, you know, the annoying coworkers or whatever happens, and you just focus on your job by itself without all the environment that's created around your job. Because maybe the task you do is enjoyable, but the environment is not enjoyable. So sometimes it's a physical problem, sometimes it's an environment problem with the people or the energy of the place. And if you can make changes, you have to do these changes for yourself. And also, if you do your job with conscious breathing, that will help you a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if it answers your question, but is it a specific problem you have with your job?
Yes, answers my questions.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Anne. Thank you for asking. Anyone else have a question? I can share some experiences about the healing session that I've been practicing, if you like. So if anybody can have a question, you can interrupt me anytime. And also sometimes I like to tell people stories, because I think with stories you can remember things better and you can understand things better. And sometimes, you know, our own conditioning, our own programmation make us behave a certain way. And when we are conscious of our behavior, just like we can be conscious of our breath, then we can change what's happening in our life. And it's so easy to be judgmental, for example. So when you judge people or you judge a situation, you do it because of all what happened into your life before. So it's the experience of life from, you know, many, many years of living that gives you this ability to judge a situation or to judge people. But often we are wrong. And sometimes it's better to accept without judging. And there's something that happened to me a few years ago. I was walking in a forest and I saw a woman beating up a child about 50 meters away. So I judged the woman as a bad woman very quickly without even thinking. And I thought, she's a bad woman. She's beating up on this poor little child who's like 7 years old. So I ran to stop her. And when I arrived closer to the woman, about 5 meters, I changed my mind and I thought I should help her to beat that child. Because I saw the wasp. This child had wasp biting her, and she stepped on a wasp's nest. So the mother, I guess it was the mother, was trying to kill the wasp. So it looked like she was beating the child, but she was actually trying to kill the wasp that were biting the child. So my judgment just flipped completely 180 degrees, and I helped her. So often we're in situations where we judge the situation, but we don't know really what's happening. So if we have accepted the situation without judging it, I think it's a much better way to approach it. And I had a friend who said to me, you know, there's nothing bad. It's just the way we see things that makes it look bad. And I think it's a very true thing that without our judgment, the thing is neither bad or good. It's our judgment that makes it look good or bad. Any questions?
I put a message in the chat box with an email address. So
Yeah.
if we don't have any questions here and we have some later questions, we can
Okay.
definitely add them in
Okay.
or let you know or
Okay.
anything like that.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you. That's good, yes.
I have another question, please.
Yes, go ahead, Anne.
Do you suggest any way to let go of a past relationship through meditation?
Is a past relationship that's bothering you?
Yes, but just my side.
Okay, so you're unhappy in a present relationship, or is it already past?
It's a past relationship.
A present one.
Past in the history.
Okay, so you wonder how to let go of it.
Yeah, how can I let go of it?
Okay, so is it like creating sadness or anger inside you?
Not actually, not anger, not sadness. It just there, and it keeps keeping me from open my heart to other people. That's kind of thing.
Okay, I understand. So there's a past relationship that was like still present inside you.
Yes.
Okay, so it's an emotion that can be easily reprogrammed, actually. Okay. So the reprogramming of emotion is what I do the most with people, and it can be really transforming, because then you can access your right brain, which is where your emotions are, and then you can reprogram the emotion and let go of the emotion, so you are free from the emotion without losing the memory of it. So the memory is still there, but the emotion associated with the memory is not there. So maybe there is a fear of being hurt again if you go into another relationship. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you see, because I think what happened, you were hurt from the past relationship.
I think it has to do something with a fear of being abandoned.
Being abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were being abandoned, so you felt unloved. You feel rejected.
I think so.
Okay, so that's a very strong sensation. Okay, so because of this, you got hurt. And because of being hurt by this, you're afraid to be hurt again. So that's why your heart is closed, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a very simple very simple reprogrammation for that, okay? And you're going to understand how it works. First, we acknowledge the emotion, and then we are going to reprogram the emotion. So the only thing I ask you to do when you do that, like this, with both hands, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And what this does is stimulate your brain left, right, left, right, left, right. And the sentences that we are going to do are going to go to both sides of your brain at the same time. So this way we are able to access the right brain and reprogram the emotion, okay? So you repeat the sentences and you just keep tapping like this, okay? All right?
Okay.
Yes, you see. Although I was hurt from my past relationship.
Okay.
So you repeat the words. Although I was hurt from my past relationship.
Although I was hurt from my past relationship.
And I know my heart has been closed since.
And I know my heart has been closing.
Despite this, I totally love and accept myself.
I totally love and accept myself.
And I also know that the universe loves me unconditionally.
And I also know the universe loves me unconditionally.
Take a deep breath. And he said, from now on. From now on, like starting now.
From now on, starting now.
I choose to let go.
I choose to let go.
Of all the pain.
Of all the pain.
From my last relationship.
From my last relationship.
I let go of the feeling of being unloved or rejected.
I let go of the feeling of being unloved and rejected.
And I choose to be myself.
And I choose to be myself.
Without any emotions from this past relationship.
Without any emotion from this past relationship.
I know I had a fear of being hurt.
I know I have a fear of being hurt.
But I let go of this fear.
But I let go of this fear.
And by letting go of the fear of being hurt.
And by letting go of the fear of being hurt.
I'm opening my heart again.
I'm opening my heart again.
So I can enter a new relationship.
So I can enter a new relationship.
Without any fear.
Without any fear.
And I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm looking forward to it.
And I forgive the person who hurt me in the past.
And I forgive the person who hurt me in the past.
And I totally love and accept myself.
And I totally love and accept myself.
And I know the universe loves me unconditionally.
And I know that the universe loves me unconditionally.
Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. How does that feel?
It's much, much better.
Good. You know, it's like we turn the switch on and off. It's amazing. You know, you can have instant changes in your life by doing that.
Yeah. Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. As yourself. What is your self-love?
Pardon?
What is your self-love between 0 and 10 now?
I think it's 8.
Good. That's very good. Do you remember when it was when we started the session today?
Yes. It was 5.
Wow.
And then after the meditation with you is increased to 7, and now it's 8.
No, that's good. That's excellent. That's very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for your question and participation. That's great. Any other questions?
I've repressed it.
Okay. I don't see any other question at the moment.
That's all from me.
Oh, sorry, you have another question?
No, that's all from me.
Okay. Newman, you have a question?
Me, I don't have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much. I don't have question anymore. You answer my question all.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
And I was very enjoyed the session with you.
Good.
Really appreciate for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Then I hope to see you soon in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'd love to visit Vietnam again. I'd miss that. I was supposed to be there in March last year.
That's right. And unfortunately, it's COVID. But
Yes.
seems to be 2021. It's more worse compared to last year.
Yes.
But it perhaps opening up in 2022. So
Yes.
come and visit us whenever you can.
I will be very happy to. Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you
to-
very much, Al. Really appreciate.
You're welcome.
Namaste.
Okay.
Amazing session. Thank you very, very much. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
everybody for attending. And our next session will be at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Correct, Newman?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Al. Merci beaucoup.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.